All right. Hey there, everybody. It's Notepad. Uh, so the original name for this stream was supposed to be reviewing my basses until I reached 600 subscribers. But then all of a sudden I got 600, and now I have to do all 63 tracks, and that's like 2 hours and 42 minutes worth of songs, and we're gonna be here all night. Ugh. But whatever. I want to do this, so we're doing it. So, of course, what better? There's no way this playlist is 8 months old. There's no fucking way. This is like 2 years old, mate. Like, when did I get a SoundCloud? Yeah, that was like fucking 2 years ago. What do you mean 8 months ago? That's bull. Anyways. Anyways, so I have Shuffle Play on to mix it up, I guess, so that I don't know what's coming because these are all in a set order. But if I have it on a shuffle play, kind of like makes it more fun, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's just get into it. So, what better way to start to shuffle play than with my first ever bass, GarageBand Sparta bass. Yeah, it was my first Spartan anything. My first Sparta video, my first Sparta bass. This was the start of everything. And another interesting fact is that it is currently the only bass on SoundCloud that has this default GarageBand thumbnail thing. Like before, all of my basses used to have that same thumbnail. But then I figured out I could change it, so I changed all of them except GarageBand Sparta Bass. So this is the only one that kept its original thumbnail. So, and also because this is here, let's just play it. I hope that's loud enough for you. And because this was my first ever bass, I knew that I had to keep it simple. So what I did was there's only one piano, one bass, muted bass, and this is the simple lead, I'm pretty sure. And the third-party app Drums XD, which I really need to use again. I tell you what, that's a really good app. I need to use it again. My next bass will probably have it, or maybe the one after it. I don't know. But if you listen to the drums, it's actually this bass as a whole is inspired off of a really old remix. It's so old, in fact. It was originally uploaded by Cybermelon. Cybermelon, y'all know him. Anyways, so it was originally uploaded by him, and it's so old that it was made before he was called Cybermelon. And now there's no trace of it. I can't find it anywhere. The only place I was able to find it was a re-upload by some dude called Vapo Boy, and he put despite the remix being no BGM, he put a bass over it and tried to sell it as his own, which is some bullshit. But yeah, that's what the drums on this bass is based off of, that remix. Um, what was it called? I Like to Go Home, Sparta No BGM remix. It's so good, but this freaking Vaporeon dickhead looking dude, he freaking ruined it with his freaking. He couldn't even like properly re-upload. There are freaking cuts and everything, and then there's that trash bass over it, and it's not even synced up. But yeah, GarageBand Sparta bass. My first bass ever. I still love it. It's a classic. Alright, next. Shuffle play, shuffle. Thunderfluff V2, otherwise known as Thunderfluff Extended. So this bass was inspired from one of my most what's the right word? Avid? One of my most avid requesters. Anyways, the dude's name was Rainbow Level Crossing. I fucking miss him. I tell you what, I miss him so much. And so he actually had a Spartan channel called Rainbow to Spartan. Not to be confused with like a pony or anything. It was just called Rainbow to Spartan. And he made a bass called the Thunderfluff bass. And he had made other bases before, but Thunderfluff really got my interest because it sounded like it had a lot of potential. I was like, I can't let a bass like this go to waste, so I did this. I changed up the well, I tried to recreate the intro as best as I could, and then I made everything else my own. So it's not really a version 2, but except it kind of is because it sounds like really different from the original. But it's also extended because I was trying to make it an extended version of the one that was originally made. So unfortunately, that channel's gone now. So Thunderfluff version 1 no longer exists, and that's a shame. And as for the thumbnail, that was the this is the image that was on Thunderfluff version 1. So that's why that's there. So yeah, Thunderfluff V2. You can just let's just listen to the rest of it. We're going to be singing a lot of Rainbow Level Crossing in this playlist, so get ready. Oh no! 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 Oh my god! Look at the freaking waveform on this bass. Ugh! Ugh! Oh my god! Ugh! Insane drum. So this was like what, my 4th ever bass? Yeah, my 4th ever bass. I'm pretty sure it's my 3rd or my 4th. Either way, it sucks. It's only one synth and a drum and a drum kit that really isn't all that insane. It's so bad. The synth is like electric marimba at like freaking C7, I think. I have no idea. But god, this bass is so annoying to listen to, and it's so fucking long. Ugh. So I made this because I'm a drummer at heart, and I was trying to like make some really crazy drum parts, and the only reason that there's only one synth is because, well, it's called Insane Drum. The main focus here is the drums, but I felt no. Don't mention ASDF movie. Ugh. Even the remix sucks. Ugh. Ugh. The Insane Drum series is such a bad series. Poor Insane Drum. So yeah, not only is this bass incredibly repetitive, but I mean, that's kind of how all of my 2015 basses are. They're all incredibly repetitive. Legendary, Insane Drum, they all are just terrible. I am reading the chat, fuck off. I'm just not paying attention to it because I'm trying to focus on this. I only have a certain amount of time to make reviews of these basses, so leave me alone. But yeah, the epicness right here, this is probably the most insane part about this bass, but everything else, not so much. The chorus is very not epic. Not insane, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah. Electric Marimba sounds so bad. Why did I think this was good? I couldn't even add a bass? Like, I mean, Dark Wind is also one synth and one drum, but that sounds good. This does not. Also, look at that thumbnail. Look at how many toms there are. Look at all this crap, man. It's crazy. Whose drum kit is this? Whose man's is this? Whose kits is this? Look at that. You got like 3 fucking hi-hats right there. You got a whole plethora of China cymbals. Wait, what? Someone ping suck his Discord. No, leave me alone. All you, leave me alone. No one's joining this stream. I need to stay focused on this, because all y'all are just gonna fuck around and get me distracted, and I'm not about that right now. I got a lot of people on my shit list at the moment. It's nothing, well, I mean, it kind of is personal, but most of them aren't personal, so just don't don't know. Just listen, don't talk. Look, don't touch, if you will. And then we got this epicness, which goes on forever. But yeah, just have a listen to Insane Drum. It's so bad. You know, if I were to V3 Insane Drum, I could probably make it truly insane. But I don't know. The Insane Drum bass really, the Insane Drum series really needs redemption, but I don't really know how to give it. Also, Kenyan W, will there be a legendary version too? I don't know. There might, but probably not. Because I don't really know what else I could add to Legendary, because it already has a fuck ton of tracks to it. Alright, next. Dramatic LE. Alright, so, when I first uploaded this to YouTube, the original video was, what does L have to say about the state of YouTube? Because I uploaded this around that time when everyone was shitting on YouTube for changing. So I made this to kind of like get in on that bandwagon, except not really. If you go find it on YouTube now, it just says Dramatic LE and there's nothing in the description, so. But yeah, this bass exists. It's pretty cool, I guess. This was also the bass where I discovered Voxbox lead. That's what this is right now. That that's Voxbox, and I would be using that a lot more. So, what's the lead? What is the lead? What's the lead? Shit, I forgot the lead. I think it's a Let me go see what it is. I'm opening GarageBand right now. What can I do? Did I finish? Okay, yeah, I finished that. Let me see a minute here. It's one of these. Let me open, please. Thank you, Jesus. God, I swear, sometimes GarageBand just acts the fool. Okay, so what's that lead? It is. What is it? There it is. No, it's not that. It's this. No. Oh, it's an instrument called the pipa. So, there's that. So, yeah, it's not a... I don't know why everyone's saying koto. It's not a koto, it's a pipa. Get it right. BPM of Dramatic LE, 145. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 145, because since it's an LE, it's probably going to be 145. So, yeah. Alright, next bass. Default, formerly known as Stereotype. This bass is a preview bass number 1. We'll get more on that in a minute. Actually, you know what? I'll just tell you that story right now. So, a couple years ago, in 2017, I had made this this preview video of a bunch of basses. One of them was Default. The others were Sydney, Boston Night Shift, and FCK Exit. More on those basses when we get to them. Default was formerly known as Stereotype, like I said, because this bass is a representation of how I thought every single bass sounded. Like this bass right here, this is what I thought every bass pretty much sounded like. Like it was all in D. And if the remix was in a different key, it was because the remixer changed it during the making of the remix, and not, oh, the bass actually started out in E. No, I was a very ignorant child back then. But this bass is very similar to that of GarageBand Sparta bass, in the sense of there's only like 5 tracks in it. You got the organ, the bass, the drums, and the awesomeness. Oh wow, it's only 4 tracks. Wow. So yeah, there's not a lot to default, but it is a very good bass. I do enjoy it a lot. It's very relaxing. It's probably my most relaxing bass out of all of them, I'd say. Like the most calming. Like it still has a groove to it, but it's definitely more toned down, if you will. Quickly predict what bass is next. Well, if you guessed anything but Hardcore Blinker Fluid, you're wrong. Alright, this bass is a request by Rainbow Level Crossing. I told you we'd see more of him. So, the the idea for Hardcore Blinker Fluid was that it was supposed to be a recreation of Amber Blaze, but at 150 BPM with a grand piano and my favorite lead, which at the time was Jetstream. However, I was a fucking idiot and put this bass in F and not A sharp like it's supposed to be. I'm not really sure why I put an A sharp pattern in an F bass. Like, listen. This bass is an F when it shouldn't be. It should be an A sharp. But yeah, I don't really know why. I guess it was because like the F sharp in the Amber Blaze pattern, that's what made me think it was F or something. I have no idea. But yeah, I now know that this bass should have been A sharp, but I mean, it still works. Somehow it still works. So, yeah. I also like put like 2 kick tracks at the same time because the kick was sounding really, really, really weak. For some reason, the acoustic drum set, the acoustic drums do that. Like the kick is really weak in some acoustic sets, and it's really annoying. Fuck you, Charles. A sharp. Flats are retarded. Flats are apartments. Hit us. But yeah, Hardcore Blinker Fluid. But of course, because apparently Blinker Fluid is not actually a real thing, so it seems. So I don't really know what that thumbnail is. I didn't make it. I just found it. But apparently that's like a prank that some people do. They go to their mechanic and then like they tell their friend to say, "Oh, have you got any blinker fluid?" And the mechanic's like, "You dumb bitch, you fool, you fell victim to one of the classic blunders. There's no such thing as blinker fluid. Like when's the last time you had to replace the fluid in your blinker? It's a light, dumbass." But yeah, Hardcore Blinker Fluid. I don't know why that name, but I mean, it's the name. This is something I did a lot in my, well, not a lot, but it's pretty common. Like right after like the second epicness in a bass of mine, I would just have a bass solo, and I have no idea why. It's like, why would you do that though? It doesn't quite fit. Blinker Fluid is fake. I just said that. Blinker Fluid does not actually exist. It's not real, Charles. You just fell victim to the classic blunder. And then my dumbass didn't put the final note in D sharp and I put it in F and not D sharp, so that sounds weird. But anyways, next bass. Sydney! I made a music video on this. It sucks, so I deleted it. Sydney is preview base number 2, the second base in that preview video. First it's Default, then Sydney. Sydney. It was another request by Rainbow Level Crossing. I'm eating pretzels right now, so my talking is a little slurred. What was the... Jesus Christ, pardon me. What was the gimmick behind this base? Let's see, what was it? I think it was supposed to be like, what was it? I think it was supposed to be like Seattle, the Seattle base, but with my favorite lead, which of course is Jetstream. Well, was Jetstream. I'm pretty sure I have a different favorite lead now, but I have no idea. But yeah, so now this exists, the Sydney base. It's pretty cool. You know, interesting fact, actually, I still have, like, the preview versions of all 4 of those bases, and they all sound completely different than from the final product. And I think I might upload it again just for the hell of it. Just to see just how different each base was from the time of that preview. Because a lot of things have changed, and it's pretty cool. Except Default and FCKX Sit. Those 2 bases are, like, unaltered in like every way thing. Blech. Oh God, this. Okay. Um, I had my mic was muted, and I had no idea. So I just said all that bullshit, and I don't. No one even heard it. So we're gonna go back to that one, so I can say what I was saying. Um, so when I had made Voyage, I didn't really know what I was doing with it. I was just going with whatever I could get my hands on. Uh, and when I listened to the final product, I was like, this is something you'd hear in a Voyage movie, and that's why I named it Voyage, because I can't really think of any other reason as to why I call it Voyage. Uh, and I was saying that I'm going to be using FL Studio Mobile again for another bass I'm going to be making pretty soon. I'm not going to spoil its gimmick, though. It's going to be like Misery, except slightly different. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I had no idea my mic was muted. Kill me. All right, so the next thing here is this. Yeah, we're gonna skip this cause it's not a bass, but it's a very big inside joke that you guys don't need the context for. So skip. Arceus. All right. So there's this remixer called Carbon Dioxide. He made a remix using a Pokemon source, and the chorus quote was Arceus. And I really liked the sound of the bass, but I had no idea what it was called because he didn't freaking say what it was in the freaking title or description. So I made a cover bass of a bass that probably already exists on his channel, no less, or SoundCloud. But yeah, Arceus bass. This is also when I had discovered what's it called? It's a lead, I know that much. Analog Unison. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is when I discovered Analog Unison, so. That's that thing in the background going, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It sounds a lot like something you'd hear in, like, FL, so. I went and found it again, and I used it again, so. Alright, next. Tone LE! Here it is! Ah, man, I fucking love this bass. I'm so proud of it. Bass Week Day 4, right? It is Bass Week Day 4, right? Please tell me it's Bass Week Day 4. Okay, it's Bass Week Day 4. Good. So yeah, this bass. That thumbnail is something else, ain't it? I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but damn, it's good. I think it's pretty well balanced, I'm not gonna lie. Why does it sound faster? Because it is. It's 150 BPM. Which is actually what I thought what Tone's BPM was, and not 140. So there's that. But personally, I think this sounds a lot better sped up, so. Everything sounds better sped up. I mean, that's just my philosophy of life. I mean, what do you want from me? It also has the most amount of custom patterns out of any of my basses, other than awesomeness. Like that beginning part with all those custom riffs, that's as custom as it's ever gonna get from me. Next bass. Extended. The fucking thumbnail, man. Okay, so Extended LE. This is actually a combination of a bunch of other things. Like the main melody is based off a remix by Sun Woo Ware. He now goes by Usagi. But other than that, there are a few parts of it that are taken from other basses of mine, like the repeating intros, the intro repeating itself over and over again. That's from Hardcore Blinker Fluid. If you remembered, the intro played like 3 times in that bass, and in this one, it plays like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Wow, that's a lot. The Anatomy, man. Fuck the Anatomy, okay? Look, this is a recolor of an already existing photo. I did not try, okay? So we got Hardcore Blinker Fluid, that one remix. What else? There's also Thunderfluff version 2. If you remember from Thunderfluff version 2, the awesomeness played for a little bit before it went to the final chorus. That happens here as well. Who the hell is a guy falling in the Sparta hole? That is the first Spartan remixer. He was my first ever alternate ego. Alter ego? Okay. But yeah, he was basically just some guy I made up where I made him be, I framed him to where that I convinced people that he was stealing my videos. So yeah, it is T1SR. And people fell for it. People fell for the first Spartan remixer, and it was fucking hilarious. It was so good, man, I swear. But yeah, actually, the first Spartan remixer is technically making a comeback as someone else, so you'll be able to tell because his right arm will be colored and not his. Charles, can you shut up? Fuck! Have you ever tried sending a text block for once? Christ. But yeah, Extended LE. Lolster likes it, but of course that means nothing now, so. Anyways, moving on. Spartel Core! Woo! I love this bass so fast! Gotta go fast, my voice crack. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this bass, this is Spartacore LE, and it's fucking amazing. It's got double kick, it's super fast, it's an F sharp, it's the best bass ever. Like, this is easily in my top 10 or even top 5 favorite basses of mine. Because God, everything just sounds so good. Charles, piss off. You're also going to be seeing a lot of thumbnails like these. These little, like, supernova thumbnails. You're going to be seeing a lot of that because there comes a time when I just have no idea what to make a thumbnail, so I just make it a star or something. Ugh. I mean, more often than not, some of my thumbnails will be custom, but there will also come a time when they're not. So, I'd say it's about even, I think. Oh boy, Nameless LE version 1. These nameless patterns, they're so wrong. And also double kick spam. This bass is not very good. I'm glad I V2'd it. So as you can tell, this bass is very bass guitar oriented, heavily bass guitar oriented. Is oriented even the right word? I have no idea. I'm high up of pretzels and 7-Up. So, yeah, I made this because fucking everyone was making their own nameless basses, so. Of course, my dumbass didn't know the actual nameless patterns, so you got that mess. This was also the first video of the 20 sub revival video series, so. But somehow I've got the awesomeness, but not the lead patterns. What? there's that. It was also the first thing I ever uploaded to SoundCloud, so there's that. Next! No! 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 Take it away! No! Oh God! Okay. Sorry. Nutshack Base Part 2. Oh dear God. It's a dead meme. It's a dead meme. It's a dead meme. Such a dead meme. Okay. So the reason why this is called Part 2 and not Version 2 was because I had made the discovery that there were more lyrics to the Nutshack theme than what was originally played on the beginning outro. Intro, I mean. The intro animation. So I made this to accommodate it. There really isn't anything different from this from Part 1. So I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to leave it all for Nutshack Part 1. I mean, some of the patterns are more complex, mainly the bass, as you can hear it. The epicness is a little different, but yeah, not much is too different. Later alligator, Phil is the leader of the masturbators. Thanks to Sanji, more porn than Ronnie. Jeremy C, smelling like Nani. Ole ole ole, do the truly for surely. Ole ole ole, do the truly for surely. Ha, ho wow, hypey hypo. Nump on the track, no it's not a typo. Is it bad that I still know the Nutshack lyrics even to this day? Oh my God. Also, why the fuck why are people texting me? No, you cannot fucking join the stream. You're going to distract me. And more importantly, y'all motherfuckers ain't going to add shit to this stream. I know these bases front and back, y'all don't, so there really isn't a point. Also, one thing I do a lot with version 2s and version 3s with my bases is that I'll just take the thumbnail from like version 1 or version 2 and just invert it. Prime example, Nutshack Part 2. So it's mandatory to know the Nutshack lyrics. You cannot gain your citizenship until you can memorize the Nutshack lyrics. But yeah, like I said, this bass is pretty much the same as Part 1, with more complex basses, and also the entire lyrics are in, the entire song is in this bass, so that's why it's fucking 5 minutes long! And also the awesomeness patterns are my custom one, and so there's also that difference. Alright, so the final chorus is gonna come up and we're gonna all sing the Nutshack theme. Are you guys ready? It's right under this. I'll count it off. It's the Nutshack. With me. It's the Nutshack. It's the Nutshack. You got it. It's the Nutshack. It's the Nutshack. Yo, Bill from the soul, Jax from the PI. Ho, yo, a ho, rat so big eye. Tito, tick, man, baby. He is feeling, loves the latest. Jack's cool, but lazy, cause he's still learning the #1 cherry pie. Still a virgin. Cheat that, meet that, figure the week got. Bill's homegirl got Jack on the keep up, but it's not happening neither. No, shaking like a seizure. Hold on, let me spark this, take a breather. Breathing reefer in my lungs. I got grips, but you watching some. Son Dwayne is a hater. Later alligator. Field is the leader of the masturbators. Thanks to Sanji, more porn than Ronnie. Jeremy C, smelling like Nani. Ole yole, ole do the truly for surely. Ole yole, ole do the truly for surely. Ha, ho, wow, hypey, hypo. Nump on the track, no, it's not a typo. 30-36, what an exquisite, explicit. Angel pimp your rap without exhibit. Ed got his back, he do what he can. But whatever I do it bigger than Mac. Go! Still got it. Oh, man. Thank you. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you. You're too kind. I love you all. Oh, man. I just realized that the Nutshack Part 2 is my second longest bass. All! Okay. So here's why this is called all. So before I made this bass, I didn't have any basses in the E root note. So, and that hit me. I was like, well, then let's make an E bass. So I made all. And the all stands for I now have done all the possible notes that I possibly could. D, GarageBand Sparta bass. D sharp, Nitro Venom. E, this bass. F, Hucago. S sharp, harmonic sequence. G, Boston. G sharp, Blank Dream. A, Just Skillet. A sharp, Insane Drum. B, Nameless LE. C, Voyage or Legendary, which came first, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Voyage came before all, but Legendary, and C sharp, Sway. And then this bass completed the set, so. Yeah, all y'all remember this bass. Yeah, this bass is pretty good. And also, to celebrate the fact that I had now done every single root note possible, I brought back Drums XD after a really long time, and we're never gonna see it again. Well, that's not true. I did use it. Wait, when was the last time I used it anyway? Let's see. It was... I think it was Orchestra. This one right here, where I used a timpani for the kick. But other than that, GarageBand Sparta Bass V2 was the last instance of it. Or no, FTL, because the timpani's in that. I don't know. Either way, I need to use it again, so. Hangout, the names are right here. The names are down here, so. And yeah, I did do a bass in C sharp. I currently have 3 basses in C sharp. Sway, Silver, and Insta. I think I have... Oh, yeah, and, and Overtime. Make that 4 basses in C sharp. So, yeah. This is also when I figured out, when I had discovered another Alchemy lead synth. What was it? Or was it arpeggiated? Yeah, it was arpeggiated. Yeah, so it was 70 synths ARP. At what tempo? I have no idea. This bass is at 140, so is it gonna do the thing? Yeah, it is. So the lead is 70 synths ARP. Alright, next. There's the Joy bass. Ugh. Alright. Bass Week Day 2, Part 2. This is probably the least interesting bass out of that entire week, I'm not gonna lie. And if I'm perfectly honest, this sounds like something out of FL. Like, straight up it does. So, as you can tell by the thumbnail, Joy obviously has something to do with this band. This is 2 Unlimited, and they're fucking amazing, okay? And they're my childhood band. So I had recently rediscovered them, and one of my favorite basses from them was Jump for Joy. So I decided to turn that song into a bass, and so I did. It doesn't really sound all that great, but I mean, it's not the worst. Pardon me. Yes, 2 unlim exclamation point tag. That's what that says right there. Everybody jump, jump. Everybody jump, jump. Jump for joy. One of these basses has a synth in it that sounds like Stratosphere, but it isn't. And I think Joy is the one that has that. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. The Everybody Jump Jump synth is Playful Melody, a synth that also is incredibly underrated and needs its own bass. God, I love Playful Melody so much. It sounds so good. I love it. Everybody jump, jump. Everybody jump, jump. Jump for joy. Everybody jump, jump. jump for joy. I wanna jump for joy, and I want everyone to know. I wanna scream, I wanna jump for joy. I gotta let the whole world know. I'm gonna show this to my mom when she comes out. She's coming out here for Mother's Day, even though Mother's Day was like 2 weeks ago. Alright, that was cool. Next! Orchestra! We were just talking about you. So, why did I make this? I think it was because that GarageBand got an update where it got a whole bunch of like woodwind instruments and the like it got a bunch of orchestra instruments like flutes, clarinets, brasses, all that shit. So I decided to make a bass using only those synths, and I did. So there you go. TLSR covers when? What are you talking about? The madness I'm very proud of. Listen to the madness. It's just a simple pattern that I use all the time, spread across 4 instruments, and yet it just sounds so like complex and amazing when it's really not. I'm very proud of that madness. I like it a lot. It's probably my best. That's probably my favorite part of that entire bass. When are you gonna make song covers? Never, because I don't do covers. Join This Now was the only cover I ever did, and that was because I was just fucking around. Go! Oh yeah, and one more thing. This isn't related to Orchestra, but it's related to Nameless LEV1. That was the first bass to ever hit 100 plays on my SoundCloud, so that's pretty cool. Vector LE, Bass Week Day 5. This bass is based off of Mirash's Red Star remix. So the similarities are astounding, I know. There's also a custom pattern after the madness that is reminiscent of Jario's Is to Go Camping remix, so be on the lookout for that. Oh my God, I've been here before. I was killed here, killed. I was killed here, killed. I don't know why with the thumbnail though. I honestly don't know. It's just so fucking stupid. Let's see, what are some interesting things I can look up about bass, Vector Bass LE? Yeah, exactly. They are not pajamas! But, yeah. One interesting thing about Vector LE is that it uses neither of my preferred basses, which are P-Bass and Muted. Instead, it uses Liverpool, something I'm never gonna use again. Okay, did you hear that custom pattern after the madness? That was the custom pattern ripped straight from Jario's Vector JE remix. Also, I hit my light, and I don't know how. Let's go! Scrappa! Oh my god, I've been here before. It's great. Next! GarageBand Sparta-Base version 2! So I had V2'd GarageBand Sparta-Base in celebration of my 3-year anniversary of my channel. So I basically redid everything so it sounds good now. Well, it sounds more complex, if you will. And that custom pattern at the end of the dun-dun, the first 5 notes of the last measure, the last bar I mean, were the first 5 notes of one of the patterns in Grass Skirt Chase. But yeah, this is basically like Nutshack Part 2 in the sense of nothing's really different, except there's an awesomeness, of course, but everything is pretty much structured the same way. Everything just sounds more complex. And also the madness is probably the most changed out of everything. I really like that part, the the slide of the bass. I love doing shit like that because it's so hard to do in GarageBand. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why is it so difficult? Because sometimes it like fucks itself over. It's like really weird. S'more. Okay. This was the only bass that TLSR ever made. Only one bass to his name. So S'more is supposed to be a shit take on the temporal bass because it's fucking retarded. Not only does it shift fucking time signatures, it's got fucking triplet notes in the 4 counts. Like, ugh, that's gross. No, that doesn't work. Unfortunately, S'more did not ended up not being a proper shit take and just ended up sounding good. As for why it's called S'more, does anyone else remember that time when Unofficial Studios was obsessed with s'mores for a while? Yeah, that's why it's called S'more. And also, one thing I like about the bass, at the very least, is that it's also kind of structured like a s'more, if you will. So, you got the first part in 4/4, that was a graham cracker. You got that second part in 3/4, that's the marshmallow. The part I absolutely hate. And then we got this part in 6/8, that's the chocolate. And then eventually we're going to go back to 4/4 with the graham crackers. So, pretty coincidental thing right there. It's pretty cool. This bass also took a lot out of me because pretty much everything in here is custom. Like, nothing here could just be like ripped from anything else. Everything was made from scratch, so it was pretty hard to do. But I mean, it's out now. Uno likes it, so. Actually, the lead that's playing right now, the pattern with this lead, that's actually an autoplay on GarageBand, so It's sort of cheating, but it's sort of not, because I fixed it once it recorded, but anyways. My Alex! So this bass got way too popular, way too fast. I think it's probably my most used bass. I don't know what that says about anything, but, so the reason I made this was because, my Alex had made a video called My Last Pixie Tracker Remix. And before he renamed it to My Not Last Pixie Tracker Remix, I decided to make it into a bass, cause why not? But because of how much I am terrible at using my ears, you got those drum patterns. The frickin' snare. I didn't realize that the snare was on the 2/4 count like normal. I didn't really hear it because the Pixie Tracker remix was recorded using the iPad's mic and not screen recording. But yeah. My Alex bass, it's pretty fucking popular. Look at how big that little bit at the end is, though. It's like the tallest thing out of anything here. And it's not even like... That's not even like the loudest part of the whole bass. Like, why is that so tall? Super Part 3, baby! I got a ton of more stories. And every other source I was used with that bass. Fucking BFB, Gordon Ramsay, Curtis's sources. What else was used in that bass? A YouTube poop, which is fucking hilarious. Let me see. That's why it's called fucking nonstick. Okay, yeah, that's all of them. Okay, it checks out. Next! Worthless! Alright. So this actually has a pretty big backstory, so sit tight on it, will ya? So, I have OCD, and one thing my OCD didn't like was how I only had, like, one, bass in A sharp. Like, all the other root notes had at least two basses, GarageBand Sparta and Dramatic LE for D. D sharp, Nitro Venom, and Gamma RTS. E, all in Misery. F, Hardcore Blinker Fluid, and Thunderfluff. Or Hucago and Thunderfluff, whatever. F sharp, FTL, and Harmonic Sequence. G, Boston and Boston Night Shift. G sharp, Blank Dream, and Spaghetti Sauce. A, Tears, and Jaskillet. A sharp only had Insane Drum. B had Nameless LE version 2 and Orchestra. C had Voyage and Legendary, and C sharp had Silver and Sway. So, I mean, there was Insane Drum version 1 and version 2, but they're both iterations of the same thing, so it didn't really count. Then again, so is Boston and Boston Night Shift, but those two are so different that they can't really be considered, you know, the same thing. Oh, listen to Madness. It's best to discard them all, we're better off without them all. The Madness in Worthless is Soulless 3, so there's that little tidbit of information. Exile Lord had a pretty big hand in my music making career, so I have a lot to thank him for. But yeah, that's pretty much why Worthless exists, to satisfy my OCD, to add a second bass to A sharp. There's no, like, it wasn't a request, there's no, like, deeper meaning behind it. It's just there to satisfy just me and my weirdness, so. But surprisingly, it actually came out to be a pretty damn good bass. So, How's that? The thumbnail is just so bland, though. I mean, what else do you want from me? There's nothing to this base except for how good it is. I would really like it if someone used this base, though. I think this base deserves to be used. So, all right, next. Silver. All right. So this base was inspired off of the Canadian Spartan's Golden Gate remix. This base is basically just a cover of that remix with my own original stuff to it. And instead of calling it gold, I call it silver. So there you go. And the remix I used of this base is also an inspiration from that Golden Gate remix by the Canadian Spartan. And that's the talking base right there, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, talking bass. That's right, ZGU. Alpha male, 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 alpha. Fuck. My silver remix was also the birth of the changing visual styles, right? Was that the remix that started it all? Yeah, sure was. Well, technically, MM Detail was the remix that I first did that, but my silver remix is what made it official. And let me tell you, the keying on the shapes visual style and the last visuals are just so bad. Like, I don't know what I was thinking with the last visuals. Like, why? That doesn't look right. But with the shapes visual style, I was still kind of learning how chroma key works. So I still was, if I did that now, it would look a lot better, I can assure you. But yeah, that's silver. Next. Stratosphere! I just released this base a couple days ago. So Stratosphere is an inspiration from Harmonic Sequence, in the sense of the instrument in the bass's name, pardon me, is the lead in this bass, in the bass. So structure-wise, Stratosphere is identical to Harmonic Sequence. Obviously, a lot of things are different. Like, I think the drum kit is the only thing that's the same. But other than that, everything's pretty different. It's also in G, because I haven't done a G bass since Boston Night Shift. And I'm actually kind of surprised my OCD never got on me for Boston and Boston Night Shift, but if it ever does, now it can't, because Stratosphere exists. Also, I forgot to mention this in the description of, well, not really. It's not that I didn't forget to mention it, it's just a little Easter egg. The epicness is overdrive. Instead of going back up to G sharp from F sharp, it just goes back to G. I mean F, not F sharp. I'm stupid. And then, of course, there's the bass solo from Harmonic Sequence. Again, don't know why. blast beat drums. I must be metal. Good. Next. And here it is, the crowning jewel. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, I've never really stopped to wonder where I would be if this bass wasn't made. Or even if this bass wasn't used for that collab. But here it is, Sparta Bass-Echo bass. Probably my most well-known bass because I wouldn't let people forget about it. So, what else? What more is there to say about this bass that I haven't already said? Like, I mean, yeah, y'all know the name, Bass-Echo. You say Bass-Echo, people are gonna know what you mean. So, I guess there's that thing I accomplished in life. Let's go. Also, I had found out that the lead in Charles's part was a hard metal lead, but I didn't know that and I couldn't find it. So my lead is a combination of string theory and a Pippa to recreate the hard metal lead sound. It didn't really work out. Is it even called hard metal lead or is it something different? Yeah, it's hard metal lead. We must thank Bass-Echo because thanks to it we have joined this now. Yeah, I guess that's true. But because of Bass-Echo we also have Tila Sar, so there's that con. But then again, thanks to Bass-Echo, we also have 8, which is a very good video. I fucking love it. It's my freaking alarm clocks too, so go. And there it is. That's Bass-Echo. So you happy now? It's here, and now it's gone. Next! Dark Wind! Hey, look at that. So, similar to Insane Drum, this bass is only one synth and a drum kit. However, I'm not trying to make the drums anything crazy here. It's just a ride, a snare, and a kick. But here's the thing about this bass. So, y'all know T-Bird, right? And y'all know about his Dark Ubercharge bass, right? Well, Dark Wind was supposed to be a recreation of Dark Ubercharge. I mean, how do you get this from that? I mean, Dark Ubercharge changes root notes like 2 times. And this is... what? But, I mean, then again, this was my second bass ever, and I still didn't really know what I was doing with Sparta or GarageBand, so... can you really blame me? But Jesus Christ, if I was trying to recreate Dark Ubercharge, I could probably do it now. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If I tried to do a Dark Ubercharge LE, I probably would do it. Or NPE, whatever. I guess I'm still Notepad, but I mean, only for like 5 days. But yeah, this is probably a more relaxing bass other than Default, because the lead is a freaking pad. So that's great. I used a freaking pad as a lead. That's great. Pads are always my go-to for leads. Pads suck. Ironically, Stratosphere is a pad, and yet it's the lead in Stratosphere. But at least there, I changed it so that it sounded more like a lead and not a pad. Because Stratosphere sounds good. In fact, what was the instrument for Dark Wind? I don't even know. Was it Chill Pad? Yeah, it was Chill Pad. Huh. Cool. So yeah, Chill Pad. That's what that is. And I'm pretty sure that second synth is also Chill Pad, but it's a lead. I think I figured out halfway through this bass I could turn pads into leads, but I'd never changed it. I just kept it as is. And a little bit of a drum solo right there as well. And that's that. Darkwind, aka Dark Ubercharge LE. Legendary! Oh, this poor, poor bass. Oh my god. Fnati version 1, Fnati V2, Smokers collab with it. Legendary need redemption. Like, Legendary needs to be used by someone who knows how to fucking Sparta. Ironically enough, both me and Smokers apply for that spot. We both sucked. But now... I almost died. Oh, Jesus. Okay, am I good now? Am I alive? Okay. So, yeah. Me and Smokers used to suck, but now we don't, so we could both probably give this bass the redemption it needs. I don't know if it'd want it, but we could do it. Legendary was also my realization that, oh my god, frickin' basses can be in more than one key than just D. Golly gee whiz, I had no idea. I'm such a smart boy. But interesting fact, actually, I had found that out not from just making a bass. I was making a song called My King, My Vizier, My World. It's a really, really old song, and it's fucking... It's like, what even is that name? I learned a new word, Vizier, the fuck? But yeah, I was trying to make that song, and then I had accidentally discovered, Legendary. Go watch the song, it's true. My King, My Vizier, My World. It's in the All Songs playlist, you can find it there, and halfway through you can hear Legendary out of nowhere. This is also my first instance of an incredibly long and repetitive bass, but, I mean, hey, at least it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, so that's gotta count for something, right? This epicness lasts way too long. But this part right here, this little bridge right here, I love it. It's so catchy. Let's go. And then this outro, which again goes on for way too long. Not to mention, Legendary has a fuck ton of tracks in it. It's got 4 electric basses, a guitar, an acoustic guitar, a lead, violins, piano. It's ridiculous. AC/DC bass, a birthday present from my mom, and a combination of a bunch of other songs. I'm not going to say which ones they are because you can see which ones they are in the video version. So there's that. Jack, 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 Jack. She's got the jack. But yeah, I made this for mom and she fucking loves it, so that makes me proud. I'm still trying to figure out what other synth is playing with that screaming bass. I still haven't found it yet. Those little guitar cricks thing, you'll notice that it's panned to the left when it should be like centered. I think my iPad was on mono audio at the time when I made that, so once I finally realized I could turn that off, it was basically too late. Ba. Yes, bass, the fucking thumbnail, man. So, the Yes Bass, Bass Week Day 3, right? Yes, Day 3. I'm freaking 3 for 3 so far. Wait. 4 for 4. I can't count. Anyways. So, the reason why this bass exists is because I didn't realize that, the Doghouse bass existed. Because this was based off of TDSTR and Alex's remixes that are incredibly similar in sound. Turns out they were both using the Doghouse bass, a bass that I had no idea existed. So I guess this bass's alternate name is Doghouse LE. So take that for what you will. Okay, more hamsters. That pattern is actually the Gaia pattern, but transposed to F sharp, so there's that fun fact. Let's go. Yeah. Kick this doghouse down. it's still a good bass. FTL. Fuck this laptop. Yep, that's what FTL stands for. If y'all didn't know that, now you know. It stands for fuck this laptop. Because my laptop had randomly decided to shit itself for absolutely no reason right around the time of my birthday last year. Y'all remember that? Yeah, that sucked. So I made this bass to express my anger towards my computer just randomly dying. And it is currently my favorite bass of all time. Or at the very least one of them. I had discovered it's not an air horn. What is it? It's an anthem lead, right? What's it? Anthemic lead. That's what that's called. And when I discovered that lead, I was like, oh, I am so making this into a bass. Is this the bass in the Get Out of My Car remix? Yes and no. The bass used in that was actually an 8-bit rendition of this bass, which no longer exists because I couldn't make it into anything substantial. I could only make the part that I had made in the remix, so. This was also around the time when I realized I had been doing this pattern wrong all along. I've been doing that pattern wrong for 3 years. I've been doing that pattern wrong for 3 years, and I never realized it until I actually went back to the video where I got it from. And I was like, wow. 4/4 pattern and a 6/4 bass. What the fuck did you just say? There are triplet notes in a 4/4 bass. I don't stray from the 4/4 time signature ever in Sparta. It's fucking retarded. The only reason why this is in triplets is because I didn't really know how much I would hate triplets. Also, I'm singing in this one and I don't know why. It doesn't fit. In fact, Alex actually told me not to use triplet notes with, not to use 4/4 patterns with 3/4 time signatures. But again, this is not a 3/4 bass. It's 4/4 with triplets. Oh yeah, Jad, you totally missed Bass Echo. We got it, and you missed it. I think like everyone except ZGU missed it, so. Speaking of Bass Echo, Insta! My second collab bass with Charles. Bass Week Day 6. Bass Week Day 6? Bass Week Day 6, yeah! So, yeah, I made a prank video with this bass, and, yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to it. My part just kind of follows the style of Charles's part. Actually, interesting thing, Charles's part is actually really, really, really repetitive. Like, freaking insane drum levels of repetitive. So, I had to cut his bass down by, like, a lot. So, there's that. I still have the original unedited file with all the repetitive parts, but I don't think I'm gonna make that public unless, you know, he says it's okay, which he probably won't, but. Oh yeah, Jad, you were making your own version of Bass Echo, but I shut that down because I was TLSR at the time, and TLSR is a little fucking twerp. Alright, you guys enjoy my part of Insta. I am going to go close the blinds in my house because it's getting kind of dark. Be right back. I didn't even fucking mute my mic. Wow, kill me. So this shit can be muted without me knowing, but when I want to mute it, it fucking doesn't. Wow, great. But yeah, Insta. I like it. It's pretty cool. I'm proud of it. Bemukumid LE. Yeah. Okay, so let me just explain the thumbnail, alright? There's a reasoning behind this thumbnail and why it exists. So the original Bemukumid was made by Kawaxte. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced, but that's how I pronounce it, so. And the original thumbnail for that base was a cropped picture of Rule 34 Gardevoir. So, taking inspiration from that, I had that made. And as for the text on the thumbnail, it's a reference to one of Ochi-Kan's videos, Terazuki and Me. I used it in my Vector LE remix, so if you can't find it on his channel, then you can find it in that remix. But yeah, I absolutely loved the Bemukumid base. It was so good. I loved it. It was a shame I never got to download it. And as such, I had to make this. But in this fortunate turn of events, I had actually managed to get my hands on the actual Bemukumid FLP, and I could not have been happier, man. I tell you what, one of my favorite bases of all times, one of the foundations of my Sparta career. I had finally gotten the FLP for it. Yeah, I know Bemukumid's a song. I have it saved to my playlist. The song itself is pretty good. I mean, it's kind of like Insane Drum and Dark Wind in the sense that there's only one synth and one drum track. But I mean, at least there's some dude singing over it. But yeah, Bemukumid, the original. Nothing beats the original, I'll tell you what. But God, it's so good. But yeah, that thumbnail, man, I swear, it's too good. I love it. Like, who would have ever thought that they would ever be seeing me doing an Aihego? It's like... Also, I don't care if that's not how that's pronounced. I don't care. Fuck off. It's an accent. Blame it on my accent. Fuck. Fun fact, actually, Milex wanted his own version of that thumbnail. But when he got it, he regretted everything. He wanted it because it was like an impulse thing. Like, I want that because reasons. No, actually, no reason at all. It was just, you know, in the spur of the moment. And then when he finally got his freaking Milex Aihego, he hated it so much. So, all that work was for nothing. Poor talk. Next. Vekoma, a request by Rainbow Level Crossing. If you can't tell by the thumbnail, this base is meant to feel as if you're on a roller coaster. Why a roller coaster? Because Vekoma is a company that designs roller coasters. So we just went all the way up to the top of the track, we feel the wind, we're looking down, and we realize the drop. This base's BPM is 170, I believe. Watch out, here comes a corkscrew! Oh, yeah. I saw this boat in half! Milex used this base, but he couldn't give two shits, so it's not as epic as it's supposed to be. It's still good, but it's not good. It could be better. Harmonic sequence! Alright. What? Wait, what? What is that little piece of, like, pixels on the side there? Well, anyways, harmonic sequence. This bass kind of like kicked off my Sparta career, if you will. This was my first ever accepted request, harmonic sequence, and it's great, positively super. And you can even hear Stratosphere in this bass, so I guess that's kind of a foreshadowing. A freaking 2-year long foreshadowing, what? But yeah. I actually forgot that part was in harmonic sequence. I guess that's kind of why it's not in Stratosphere. But Stratosphere has its own thing, so. It was also when I first discovered the little ARP thing you hear in the background that would be my Voxbox, quote unquote, until I discovered Voxbox. Got some ethereal rhythm in the background. I need to use that. I need to use that synth again. I haven't used it since the Thunderfluff series. I mean, it's not really that good of a synth. That's why I haven't used it. Blast beat! Except it's a lot slower. Actually, you know what I realized? The blast beat in harmonic sequence is the blast beat in Stratosphere is just a sped up version of the harmonic sequence blast beat. Huh. And that was completely unintentional. The more you know, holy shit. Alright, cool. Next! Gamma RTS. RTS stands for Rainbow to Spartan, because this was his final request for me. So I actually had no intentions of doing this bass because I didn't want to learn the gamma patterns because, complicated. But ever since he requested that bass, I haven't heard anything from him since. And I'm pretty sure like he doesn't do stuff on YouTube anymore, and that really made me sad because the dude has been like my sole like bass idea giver, you know what I mean? Like he's responsible for so many of my basses, and now he just doesn't exist anymore, and that really makes me sad. So I decided to swallow my pride and make Gamma RTS in memory of Rainbow Level Crossing. He saw it and he commented on it, but that was officially the last I ever heard of him. So Gamma RTS was my first bass of January of last year, and it was the last bass from Rainbow Level Crossing. And it's sad to see him go, I'm not gonna lie. We had such a great time together. Rainbow Level Crossing was like my first ever, like, my first OG, you know? But anyways, an interesting thing about this bass is that, every single track except the drums are bass synths. Even the awesomeness is a bass synth, just like really, really high. Like the lead is a picked bass, the bass is a clutch bass, and you got a little thing in the background going like this. That's an upright bass. I wanted to use an upright bass for so long, but I couldn't ever like make it fit. But Gamma RTS was my chance to do that, so. So yeah, everything in this track is a bass, so that's pretty cool. Also, hi Ochikon, how you doing? All the lying and cheating will surely bite you. Dishonesty tears you apart and will lead you. Go! Rest in peace, Rainbow Level Crossing. You're truly a G. Dead meme! Nope, nope, nope. We're skipping this. Alright, this base. Alright, fine. I'll talk about you ordering the wrong law. Ugh. Alright. So this. So, yeah. Once again, another meme that I thought I would try to be a part of, but as always, I failed miserably. As you can see, this thumbnail is very expertly edited. Very expertly edited. So this is my idea for this meme. This was the 2 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3 thing that was a thing for a while. And what I did was I took the vocals and put it over the Law and Order theme song. It kind of fits, but I mean, it kind of doesn't, because that's not really what the meme is about, but I didn't really know. But this was originally supposed to be on YouTube, but then YouTube like put a claim on it, I think, and because I was an idiot and thought it was a strike, I deleted it and put it on here. So this is a SoundCloud exclusive, I guess. This is the only thing that I have that isn't also on YouTube, so I'm not playing it though, because I still don't want to get copyright claimed, even though it doesn't really matter. We're just going to move on to this. The L bass. This was the last bass I made before I completely disappeared for 2016. I don't really think there is any inspiration behind this bass. I just made it because I had thought up with that main like piano pattern, the da-da, da-da, and then the crash. That was pretty much the only inspiration behind this bass that I can at least remember. And also, speaking of bass, there isn't one in this. There isn't a single bass track. And it's like, how do I miss that? It's only a piano, drums, an organ, arcade synth awesomeness, and a synthetic voice, which I also need to use again. But there's no bass track. It's like, how did I miss that? Also, I'm sad because most of my plugins don't work on FL Studio. Well, that makes 2 of us, because I was just talking about how I got a bunch of FLPs and I can't listen to them in full because I don't have plugins. And I'm not gonna get them because I'm a broke boy. And I don't know how to, like, get cracked plugins because I don't really care about FL Studio. All I want is this Vocodex. Because I'm Team Vocodex, damn it, through thick and thin. Also, the SoundCloud version of the L bass is incredibly different from the one on YouTube because I had to recreate it to put it on SoundCloud, because what I used to do was delete my bass projects as soon as I was finished with them to keep my iPad free and full of space. Obviously, I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that around Bass Week, so if you want the .bands for any bass that is older than the Maggie bass, then you're out of luck. Bass Week and up are the only .bands you're ever gonna get. So, and S'more. So from S'more up, I have the .bands for it. Everything else is gone. Nexus and T-Pain doesn't work anymore. Well, then, looks like you're stuck with Vocodex, Oshikon. Woo! Team Vocodex! Also, I was gonna do a thing where I would replace the thumbnail for this bass with whatever my current icon was, because before, the thumbnail for this bass was just a solid upside down L. And then my icon changed to that, and then I decided, and then I like forgot to change it, and then this just kind of stuck, so now this is the thumbnail for the bass, so. Dexter, shut the fuck up. So this thumbnail is kind of accidental. Vocodex doesn't work either? No, dude, you gotta fix it. What is this shit? Shut up! paranoid ass fucking dog, I swear. Also, this bass is only 1 second shorter than Legendary. L Legendary. Also, why isn't ZGU Remixer a mod? What is this? I need to fix that. Ugh. Whoa, okay, what's up? What are you doing? Well, I just crashed Edge. That's great. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. You working now? You gonna stop being a big bitch? There we go. Add moderator. And here's Nutshack Part 1. Alright. So now I can delve into the backstory behind this bass. So again, dead meme, obviously, but it wasn't at the time of making this, so I made it to, you know, be like the cool kids, if you will. But this is actually the bass that I met Basic Charles on. So if it wasn't for this bass, I would have never met Charles. So, you have this bass to thank for Bass Echo, technically. So, thanks Nutshack. Thanks to you, we have Bass Echo now. It's crazy how that works. But yeah, this is Nutshack Part 1. It's not very complex, obviously. Part 2 is a complex one. This one's a bit more simple. And it's also much shorter. Because it doesn't have all that extra shit. How many times have I fucking burped this stream? Jesus. I knocked over my floppy cube. Yeah, but ZGU, join this now is cringy. It's so bad. The animations and the fucking voice. I just sound so weird. I sound so nervous. The only thing I have. It's like, dude, put some fucking passion into it. You're pissed, alright? Get pissed. You want people to join your shit. You guys get angry with it. But it's not happening neither. Shake it like a seizure. Hold up, let me block this, take a breather. Breathing me fuck in my lungs. I got grips what you're watching, son. But it's not happening neither. Shake it like a seizure. Hold up, let me block this, take a breather. Breathing me fuck in my lungs. I got grips what you're watching, son. And then this fucking weird-ass riser for some reason. I don't know. I was trying to make this sound like the most like rap bass possible, which was actually kind of ironic for me to do because I absolutely hate rap. Like it's absolute crap. So I guess Nutshack in itself, for all the parts that aren't like super nutshacky, I was trying to be like satirical with rap bass, with rap songs and how one note they all are, if you will. Obviously it didn't really work as well as it could have, because I was still a little kid and I still had innocence and youth. Now this community went to shit and now I'm like this. We have fucking TLSR. Show us how to make your bass style. What? Also, Jad, if you're gonna make a Join This Now remix, I suggest using the isolated tracks. You'll get a lot more bang for your buck that way. Also, but yeah, bass style? What does that mean? I just go to GarageBand, I just find random synths, and I just throw something together. with a deeper meaning behind it or something. I get inspired to make something and I make it. It's fucking. That's all there is to it. Alright, next dead meme base. Actually, GSCLE! Originally called. Look at that freaking orange go, Jesus Christ. Originally called Just for Laughs, I had no intentions of making this an actual base. But then Base Week happened and now it is. Base Week Day Part 2. Base Week Day 2 Day Part. Forever, ever, 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 ever. Blossom's got a boyfriend. Forever, ever. Also, I had that thumbnail saved in my computer for like the longest time for like no reason. So I decided, fuck it, let's make it the thumbnail. Ah! Just Skillet. Alright. This base is so good. Alright. So this was my first base in the A root node. And so the reason why it's called Just Skillet is because, alright, so one day my dad was having, like, he was eating Captain Crunch, right? And he was looking at those little puzzle things on the back of the box. And he was doing the word puzzles. So it had like a picture of like an object or an animal, and it had a few letters to give you hints. So it had like FR plus a bunch of ants. That was France. And you had like a tin can, and you had ADA, that's Canada. And so the one that he was stuck on was JA plus, and it was a picture of a pan. And so he called me to the kitchen, and I was like, hey L, get in here, I need your help. I was like, what is it? And he said, do you know what that says? And I said, that says Japan. And he said, oh, that's what that says. Okay, I'm retarded. I thought that said Just Skillet. As you can see, it still cracks me up. Just Skillet. Fucking Just Skillet. Oh my god. So yeah, that's why this base is called Just Skillet. Also, if you notice that little blip at the beginning of the base, that bip before it actually like faded in, that's faulty programming on GarageBand's part, because I didn't know about automation for like the longest time, and so if I wanted to like fade in or fade out my base, if I wanted to fade in my bases, I had to use FX, which suck on GarageBand. They don't always work. Sometimes they do with sometimes they do, like with Nutjack Part 2, but other times they don't work, like with this base. So if you're ever going to use this base, just cut that part out, because it's literally not supposed to be there. But this base is actually kind of like all, in the sense of the base is super simple throughout the whole thing, except for like the epicness, and then on the final chorus it gets a bit more complicated. Like it actually goes up an octave. But yeah, Just Skillet. Oh my god. It's still amazing. Just Skillet. Japan, me an intellectual, Just Skillet. Also, again with the little pixels at the bottom of the page. Why? Thumbnail, I mean. Spaghetti Sauce Base! I am not updating this base again. So, this base was originally called Meme Sauce Base. But then he became Spaghetti Sauce here, so I call it Spaghetti Sauce Base. And then it became Basic Charles, and I said, fuck you, I'm not updating this again. So, I made this base. It was originally just a little chorus, like this little chorus right here. I just made that little part right there because Charles had said that he was losing inspiration for remixes and basses. So I went, hey, I made this. Maybe you'll get inspiration from this. And it didn't really work, and I didn't really want to put it to waste, so I made it into a bass. The awesomeness is really weird, though. Listen to it. It's like, why would I not just use, like, a normal awesomeness. What was I trying to do there? Also, the epicness, the drums on the epicness is Nutshack, so there's that again. But I guess that was a reference to how much basic. I guess that was a reference to how much Charles was obsessed with the Nutshack meme at that time. After all, that is how he met, so I mean. And this fucking weird ass awesomeness, I don't know why. It's a pretty short bass. It still covers all the fundamentals of a Sparta bass, but it's pretty short. Boston Night Shift, preview bass in the part 3. Number 3, not part 3. Another request by Rainbow Level Crossing. And yeah, it's basically just a Night Shift version of Boston. As you can see, pretty much everything is different except the bass track. I'm pretty sure it's still P bass. But other than the bass being the same, pretty much everything is different. Even the drum kit. Maybe because of the note? What does that mean? Yeah, it's still P bass. So that's the only similarity between Boston and Boston Night Shift, but other than that, everything is completely different. As you can hear for yourself. Also, the drum track's patterns are the same in terms of chorus, but other than the chorus being the same, everything else is different for the drums. So. Wait, what synth is that? It sounds cool. What is that? It's not an Alchemy synth. Was it? No, I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure Alchemy synth existed around this time because, you know, the ARP thing. Or was it not? When did Alchemy synth get introduced to GarageBand? I have no idea. Was it Harmonic Sequence? I have no idea. Or was it though? That's not it. Well, at least I now know what the lead is for this bass. It's Harmonic Wave. But I can't seem to find that bass. The boom 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 boom. I can't find that. Oh well. Next. Overtime, 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 overtime. You're a shit router. 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 You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You are shit, you're so shit. Why do you act like this? You are shit, cause you're made of shit. I regret buying this. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You are shit, you're so shit. Why do you act like this? So that was some made up custom lyrics to this bass because oftentimes I would only work on it when my internet would just go down for no fucking reason, and it would really piss me off. So I just made those little bits of lyrics to that part of the bass. There aren't any more after that. So yeah, sometimes my router would just crap itself for no reason, and the internet would just go completely down for absolutely no reason, and it'll be really, really annoying. And so I made up those lyrics as I worked on it, and it doesn't really get any more complex than that. Like, once it gets to the first epicness, there's no more lift. But yeah, Overtime, a bass cover of Ned the Spartan's Overtime remix, because he was the Spartan that existed. There should be more vocals in Sparta basses? Absolutely not, Ochikon. Trust me, I know. My bass, the FTL bass, that has vocals in it, and it's very bad. I could just be saying that because it's my voice, but yeah, vocals don't work in basses. Basses are supposed to be basses. They're not supposed to be songs, you know? You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. You're a shit router, so prove me wrong by working properly. Yeah, it's pretty good bass. Not a whole lot to say about it, but it's decent. It would be pretty cool if someone used it. Nameless LEV2. Absolute perfect redemption of Nameless LEV1. This is easily one of my best basses, probably. Definitely the top 2. Also, I don't know why, but if you heard that there's that little, like, a little weird scratching noise before the P bass comes in, it's like, I don't know why that is, because it normally, like, never does that, and to this day, I have no idea what that is. Like, I have no idea if that's, like, an audio bug, or if that's, like, something I accidentally did with P bass, but either way, it kind of sounds fitting, because sometimes bass guitars do that. If you, like, pluck it the right way, you can make that scratching sound happen. But why it's only panned to the right, I'll never know. Yeah, Nameless LEV2 is much better than Feetman version 1. And maybe you could be right about that, Ochikon, but I don't know. I won't be doing it anytime soon. Maggie bass! Carter P has a fucking obsession with this bass. So, Maggie bass. This is a tribute to one of my friend's dogs who passed away last year or earlier this year, and it's the reason why it's so slow, because you know me, I don't ever do slow basses, so clearly I have a reason for doing this, and I do, as a tribute to one of the best dogs I've ever seen, aside from my own, obviously, but yeah, this dog was a G. I tell you what. I have no idea how many times that dog got my friend out of the most worst of times, and now she's gone, and it sucks. But yeah, this bass exists, and it's Bass Week Day 1, so. This image has been removed out of respect for the privacy of others. That is true. Although I really do feel like it could have, like, see, here's the complex about the Maggie bass thumbnail. It makes sense, but it's like I'm always thinking it could have a better thumbnail. But then I always ask myself, what should that thumbnail be? And I can never think of anything for it. So it just stays like that. And there's also this moment of silence thing right here, which again, I must reiterate, if you're going to use this bass, either leave it in, either leave the moment of silence in while also being silent, or just take it out entirely. Alright, that moment of silence is serious. Alright? That's something that a lot of Spartans don't seem to be in recent times. Serious. And it's fucking annoying. We need to fix that shit. We need to get back the seriousness of this community, alright? Sparta is a type of music, alright? And you need to take music seriously. Otherwise it's not gonna work. But no, everyone's here getting fucking drunk in the studio and not actually fucking making anything. Get your fucking shit together. Pardon me. What even is that awesomeness synth? What is that? Moment of silence, please. Go. It is staccato lead, huh? Oh yeah, I actually remember fighting with that synth. Like, I wanted a different synth than staccato lead because it kind of like blurs out the kick. You can't hear the kick when the staccato lead's playing, and that really annoyed me. But nothing else fits, so I was kind of stuck with that. But oh well. Ochi-kan, if you do that, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Tears! Yes! Finally! Oh my God, yes! This bass! Best bass I ever made, ever! It's so good! Use this bass! It's so fucking amazing! Best bass ever! Oh my God, you don't even understand. Yes! 1, 2, 3, let's go! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, man, y'all don't even know. So I was just humming the progression of this bass to myself one day, and I was like, gee, that's pretty catchy. Have I heard it somewhere? Either way, I'm gonna make a bass out of it, and it is still currently my most favorite bass to this day. Mic bump. It's even my dad's favorite because he used it in one of his own videos. I'm not linking it because no. As for the thumbnail, I don't know. I thought that would be a pretty cool visual, cool concept, not so good execution. I bet if I got my actual artist friend to redo that, he could probably make it look a lot better. But I won't make him because that's the original, and I want to keep it that way. The name's down here, Jad. Everyone, the base name is down here. I'm just gonna keep my mouse right here so that y'all can see. There it is. There's the name. There's the base name. Go use it, please. It's so good. Ochi-kan, what are you talking about? The pattern is ACEC or ACECB in some cases. I mean, I can always help you with the bass, cause I'd be more than willing to help, cause you know that's how I am. I'm always willing to help. That's just how I be, cause no one's gonna get better unless no one's gonna get better unless someone helps them. But yeah, Tears. Oh my god, best bass ever. Ah, here we go. Okay, Misery. A combination of FL Studio Mobile and GarageBand because no one wants to fucking collab with me. So this is a collab with myself using FL Studio and GarageBand, seeing how the two vary. Wait, you have a canceled Bass Echo remix? Dude, upload that. I'd so watch that. Fuck. Misery. Why is this even called Misery? What? But yeah, the pattern and the progression and the patterns were made on FL Studio. And then GarageBand kind of follows suit. Doesn't kind of worthless to say you would collab with me, ZGU, because seeing how you're kind of not collabing with anyone right now, so I don't really know what you're trying to say there. Are you trying to rub in the fact that no one wants to collab with me? What are you trying to do, ZG? You trying to fight? You trying to... it's 9 o'clock. I'm tired. And this playlist is 3 hours long! It's okay, though. We got half an hour left. We can make it. Okay, bye, ZGU. That's right. Run away. Little fucking flag-looking ass. I'm totally drunk off exhaustion. These pretzels are not holding me. But yeah, Misery. It's not really. It's a collab base with me and L. Fucking A. Bounce. Alright, so the backstory behind this bass is so I was making hardcore blinker fluid, and I was trying to find another synth to use for something in it. I don't know. And I had discovered, which one was it? Let me go see. It was fucking load, please. It was an arpeggiated one. Was it 70s synth or ARP animations? Neither. Which one is it? Big Anthem? No. Fluid Motions? No. Wait, really? No, it's gotta be one of these. Oh, it's right there. I'm fucking retarded. Okay, yeah, so, I had opened up ARP animations, and I had selected the Bounce preset. So that's why it's called Bounce. And so I played it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so making a bass off of this synth alone. And so we have Bounce. It's actually really empty. There's like nothing to it. Just by me saying that, I could probably finish it if I can't get more ideas. Hey, Ojicon, guess what? I have tons of ideas. I always have ideas. I have so many ideas. I am the idea maker. I am the idea man. Da 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 da. But I could remake it because it sounds a little... Okay, yeah, you could do that. Also, the epicness. But yeah, the epicness. The epic goes from F sharp A, G sharp G to just plain old F sharp G, E, G. And then, oddly enough, even when it goes back into that main progression, the awesomeness still somehow fits without any real alterations. So that's pretty interesting. I made a remix using this bass. It went completely overlooked. But I'm gonna bring it back with Ultimate Compilation 3. That's actually another thing I did a lot with my basses in 2017. the ending would just be all the instruments coming together for one big grand finale. It was such a trope. Nitro Venom, yeah! Oh man, this bass is great. Oh man, it's almost as great as Tears. Wait, what? Wait, you're telling me that Bounce sounds like Bitch Lasagna? Now I want to go listen to Bitch Lasagna. The fuck? But first, Nitro Venom. Yes, dude. Nitro Venom. Another request by Rainbow Level Crossing. The gimmick was to use, I think it was just supposed to be like Venom LE, but at 150 BPM. I don't think there was any like other specifications. Yeah, I don't think there was. So this is basically just my take on Venom, but at 150 BPM. So I guess this could also be called Venom LE, but that sounds lame. Nitro Venom sounds way cooler. Actually, it probably would have been called Venom LE if it wasn't for the fact that he said to call it Nitro Venom, so that was a pretty good save, I guess. This car is so ugly, this car is so ugly, this car is so ugly, this car is so ugly. It's the Venom pattern, other Venom pattern. It's the Venom pattern, other Venom pattern. And this part is just so good. It's supposed to be like a GarageBand recreation of that little like thing in FL that goes like that little part right there. I don't know how to like recreate it in my voice, but you know what that is. You know what I'm talking about. That thing that Venom introduced. Now everyone fucking uses it. Also, Nitro Venom was the debut of my custom awesomeness patterns. So there's that. Other Venom pattern, it's the Venom pattern. I switched those up there, I didn't mean to, but it doesn't matter, cause the bass is ending. Oh, so good, man. I love that bass. It's so great. And the remix I made with it is pretty good too, I'm not gonna lie. Monorist! Hey! Ochicon, look, we got Monorist! Alright, but here's the thing though, here's the thing. We're actually not going to review the collab version. We are going to go review the my full version of it. So let's just go do that. SoundCloud. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I hope this doesn't fuck up the shuffle play. Oh, it might. Oh, crap. Alright, not to worry. We can just do this. We can just go to it on YouTube. That way we won't screw up the shuffle play. Good. Okay, so if you'll just load, please. Thank you. Hurry. People can see my recommended. It's not good. Quickly, go here. Hurry up, please. Woo. That's me right there. Woo. Alright, Monorist Bass NPE. Here we go. Alright, so we're gonna be reviewing these. This fucking cringy ass intro. I forgot I added it. Let me just turn this up. Ochicon, please take me out the group. I don't let group DMs. They annoy me. So please do that. Thanks. Alright, Monorist Bass. My version. So if you heard right there, that little what? That's actually an electronic drum kit that's in GarageBand, and it's like, who would want to use that sound? That sound does not fit. So I set out to make it fit. So that's why it's there. Go. And also that Go sample is from Freak on a Leash. Shocker. So when I was first starting to make this bass, I was basically listening to Ochicon's version as I was making mine. So they were kind of starting to become a carbon copy, and then I realized, wait a minute, that makes no sense. It should be as original as possible. So eventually around the epicness, I stopped listening to his version and just started making it completely by myself. I'm kind of proud of that. So at least it's somewhat original. So it sounds different from his version. That's what a collab bass is supposed to be, after all. What? I do like that what sound effect though. It's pretty cool. Like, I think it really makes a lot of sense here. What else? Also, the hit that I used was from Trinculo. So there's that little tidbit of information. There aren't actually any hit synths in GarageBand. I just took it from the freaking Trinculo base. So there's that. Oh, I like that. I like this part. The freaking lo-fi drums. That's so cool. I like that part. Also, Ochikan, your part's cool. It's not okay. It's great. And I'm glad you like my part. What? Oh my god, I do like my full version a lot. It's a lot of fun to listen to. All right. So back to SoundCloud. It's just gonna skip this collab version. Oh, Zerty. Okay. This bass. All right. This is interesting. So Zerty had made a remix called An Ordinary Sparta Remix version 3, which was a Sparta remix based on Sonic.exe sources, and it was no BGM. So I thought, well, I'm going to make it BGM, and so I made this. An exact remix cover is a cover remix cover of that remix. So of course that was before I realized that this bass technically already existed, called the Sparta EXE bass. So I guess in a sense this is also called EXE LE or something like that, but Zerty definitely fits more. And if you take a moment to look at that thumbnail, you can see that a lot of the characters have a green outline. That was because at the time I made this, I was using an iMac. Oh, and that's actually something interesting about this bass. It is the only bass that was made on iMac GarageBand, because I wanted to try it out. iMac could do GarageBand, so I want to try it out, and it fucking sucked. GarageBand for iMacs is so bad. iMacs, okay. GarageBand for iMac is so fucking bad. Like I could barely make what I have here. It was so hard to use. The instruments were limited as hell. The group I added you in was a private one with gates. I don't care. I don't let group DMs. I don't care who's in them. They ping my phone through the night and I can't get any sleep. It pisses me off. But anyways, as I was saying, the reason why this being on iMac is important to the thumbnail is because I didn't have my usual editing software, which was Paint.net. Instead, I had to use a website called Pixlr. And as a result, Pixlr didn't really know how to do green screens all that well, so you have this green outline. I actually should probably go and redo this thumbnail just so that, it doesn't look like this. But I guess I'll do that tomorrow when I have time or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, this bass is also really long. But that's because it's a cover of a remix. So I'll blame the remix for being too long. So. Also, the instruments that I use in this was a Classic Clean, I think. Reverse Engineering. Oh shit, I just dropped my door key. And the interesting thing about Reverse Engineering is that on iMac, it doesn't have an echo. And it doesn't wait, let me see what Reverse Engineering actually is. It's a Synth Classic, I believe. Nope, how about Synth Leads? Here we go. Huh. Well, yeah. Reverse Engineering on the iPad, there's a bit of an echo on the synth, but on iMac there isn't an echo. So that's pretty weird. And the drum kit, I have no idea what the drum kit is. There's also bells in there as well, but I forget what those are called. I think it was like an iMac exclusive, but I don't really care. But yeah, the Xerte base. Actually, even though most of this was made on iMac, I still had to make the base on the iPad because, like I said, the instruments sucked on iMac, so I had to use the base from the iPad. But other than that, it's all iMac. So yeah. Next base. Boston! A request by Rainbow Level Crossing. It was supposed to be the Dubai base? Oh my god, stop. I think it was supposed to be the Dubai base, but with harmonic sequence and massive polygon. And so, I made this. So. And Massive Polygon is actually a bass synth, and as such, the P bass does not really have that big of a part in this. It's just there in the background, kind of doing its own thing. So, like, it's not too involved because obviously there's Massive Polygon in the background doing the bass work. I mean, it does have a little bit of a solo after the epicness, like most of my 2017 basses do, but. Like, there was that little part to give it some extra flair for the P bass, but yeah, the P bass is not doing a whole lot in this. Good to know, Ochicon. Too bad I'm not on Discord. Like, I'm completely ignoring all social medias except the chat right now for this stream because, like I said, I don't want any distractions. Paranoid ass dog jumping at. I hate that dog so much, man. He needs to take a fucking chill pill. What else is there to say about Boston? Not a whole lot, actually. Everything I said pretty much describes it. Wait, what's that? That background synth in the background. What is that? It's String Bandura Dreams. Maybe. It could be Bandura Dreams. Autumn Legends? Yeah, it's probably Bandura Dreams. Or not, I have no idea. What are y'all doing? I swear, man. Like, dogs are fucking ridiculous. Oh, I can't sing those lyrics because that's spoiler. Well, not spoiler for anything coming, it's spoiler for what's already there. Something that I don't really want people to know about because that's sacred. And of course, like Dubai, the bass ends with fade out Glockenspiel. Next bass. Thunderfluff version 3, a combination of version 1 and version 2. The length of version 1 and the quality of version 2. That's all there's to say about it. Also, the thumbnail's inverted, because that was something I do with version 2s and version 3s. Next! Oh, Dark Wind version 2. See? Again, the thumbnail from version 1, inverted. Dark Wind was something that I was working on even back in 2016. Because in 2016, I didn't upload anything, but I had like these 3 basses. Nameless LE version 1, Sway, and Insane Drum version 2. And around that time, I also had Dark Wind version 2. But I kind of like got really uninspired right around like the Dun Dun. Like the ending of the Dun Dun, I got really inspired, and it started to turn into Fly G's Kick-Ass Bass 4. Fortunately, I managed to pick it back up again. It didn't become a straight rip off of that. It wasn't a freaking like troll bass or anything like that. It became it. I meant to be like, listen, you'll see what I mean. Like that part's from FlyG's Kick-Ass Bass 4, and so the bass was just gonna become a Kick-Ass Bass LE, if you will. But fortunately, I managed to bring it back, and it didn't become that, so that was good. Of course, because this is a version 2. Version 2. It's version 2, so there's obviously more synths, which is good because Darkwind had only one synth. Version 2 still has a the chill pad, but it also has a bass, and I think it's the seesaw bass. It's either the seesaw bass or the sequence bass. Oh, it's sequence. Okay, there you go. It's the sequence bass. There's also a Glockenspiel again, some Drums XD extra stuff, and I think that's it. So I guess not a lot's been added. I mean, it's something. Double kick. And also, of course, the patterns that are there from version 1 are more complex and more intricate, I guess. I don't know. Drum solo. I love double kick so much. It's not double bass, it's double kick. Show some respect, remember the name. Bass and kick are not the same. I fucking hate when people mix that up. So annoying. Bass drum. It's called a kick, you uncultured swine. But Jesus. Anyways, next bass. FCK Exit. Alright, this bass sucks. Like, hard. Like, it sucks super hard. And it's supposed to be it's kind of like Xerte. Wait, no, not really. It's supposed to be like a bass conversion of a song by a YouTube account with this same name. But I had no idea what any of the synths were, and so I failed miserably on this. It's absolutely terrible. Like, the most accurate part about this bass to the song it was based off of is the ending. Also, this is a preview bass number 4, the final one. If I was patient enough, I could probably figure out by process of elimination what the actual synths were in that song, and I could probably V2 this to where it sounded exactly the same. But alas, I don't really want to. FCK Exit was also the first time I did that little like rolling of the snare. So the thing is, oh shit, the Sydney bass is when I discovered that I could turn down the velocity on the pile driver snare. That's when I realized I could do that. And then the FTKX sit is when I turn it into the rolling snare, which I do a lot now. Like, I did it in Tears, I did it in fucking, what else did I do it in? I did it in the all bass. I did it in a lot of basses once I figured out how to do it. I even do it in some remixes. Like, I remember I did it in the my Cringe Watch remix, but I'm pretty sure that's the only one I ever did it in, so. Actually, I wonder if that guy still makes still makes stuff. It'd be pretty cool if he did. What the hell was that? Oh. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Alright, whatever. I'll find it later. Anyways, next bass. Sway. Alright, so again, similar with Xerte Bass, the green screen did not exactly work, but considering it's Snoop Dogg, it works. But here's the thing, Sway was supposed to be a recreation of a remix by Hammer Bros UCY, which used an actual bass that exists called the Sapphire bass that I didn't know existed until, again, after I had made this. And the worst part is I actually tried recreating the MLG theme song in GarageBand with my very, very limited GarageBand skills. Also, if you heard right there, there was a wow. A little whispered wow right there. And, ugh, just listen to this crap, man. So, yeah, FTL and SWE are the only basses where I have, like, actual vocals in the bass. In this one, I just call it Sway. It has that little wow. And FTL is fuck this laptop. I had to double the kick's volume here because I couldn't hear it. But yeah, that's that awful bass. Y2K Ellie! The celebration of 100 plays on SoundCloud. So, one thing that's pretty interesting about this bass is that the drums, the kick and the hi-hat patterns are switched. So the hi-hat keeps the 1, 2, 3, 4 tempo, while the kick is doing the bum bum ba da ba bum bum ba da ba bum bum. Ba 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 ba. Let's go. This bass is very hyper. I do like it a lot. I wouldn't say it's well balanced per se, but it's definitely like music you can run to, I tell you what. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Basses in the E root are just so fun. Double kick! Hey guys, I'm back. How are you still alive? Well, because we haven't gone through all the songs yet. And I'm not ending this until we do. Because it's my 600 subscriber special. And I haven't streamed in a long time. Boom, 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 boom! I love that part right there. That was bad. Next bass. Insane Drum version 2. Bleh. A really high-tuned Piccolo P bass. That's what the P stands for. Piccolo. Hit us. And a classic clean guitar. I don't know what this bass is, honestly. It's just the same bit of chorus and epicness repeated over twice in different keys. It starts in A sharp, then it goes to G sharp, then it goes to F sharp. I'm guessing this is like an experimental bass you can use to test out new like remixing techniques or something like that. But I have no idea. This bass is honestly kind of bad too. It's better than version 1, but not by a lot. Like I said, Insane Drum needs redemption. It needs it bad. Insane Drum, it's not very insane at all. We need to get fucking blast beats in there, man, like actual proper blast beats. This is Insane Drum, not weak baby drums. Come on, get complicated with it. Also, one thing I really like about the thumbnail in this one is not the black line at the right, but Insane Drum version 1's thumbnail had like this really big drum set with like a million toms and cymbals, and Insane Drum version 2 just has like the world's most simplest drum kit. It's fucking hilarious. Let's go! If you couldn't tell, F sharp is by far my most favorite root note. So good. It's so really gets you hyped up. Ochikon, what are you spamming in the chat? Stop that. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Also, one thing that's also pretty bad about this bass is that it has cutoff. Listen. It just ends. Oh! Ah, no! Oh, no! Candles LE. Now this is how you do a proper shit take on a bass. Right, so as you know, the original Candles bass is 115 BPM. That is too damn slow for Sparta. What are you trying to do? Make me fall asleep? That's not what Spartans do. So to make fun of the fact that Candles LE is unreasonably slow, I made my own version and slowed it down to 40 BPM. So now I have this. The fucking 8-minute long bass. There really isn't a whole lot to say. One thing I will say is that in the Madness, the drums are Mudvayne's Dig, and the awesomeness at the awesomeness after the chorus. Yeah, the awesomeness after the epicness. The second awesomeness is an autoplay from S'more. So there's that little tidbit. So dwell on that for a while I go and let my dogs outside so that Dexter over here can bark at the first thing he thinks he sees. So I give you Candles LE. Enjoy while I go and do stuff. Hey, GT. Fuck, sorry. Hey, Ojicon, you wanna, fucking not spam in my chat, please? Duh. Buh. I just love how it just takes so long to do each buh. 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 Thank you, Ojicon. Shout out to Ojicon, y'all. He wants 2K subs, so give him 2K subs, so he can be happy or something like that. Subscribe or Ojicon will die. Also, I gotta say, do y'all like the thumbnail for the stream? I think it's very cryptic. Like there's not a single word on there, and yet you can just like, if you can tell, like if you know your meme culture and your Y2PMV culture, then you can pretty much tell what that says. Bum. 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 Oh, wait, hold on. Here it comes. Bum. I don't know why it's making me laugh. I'm telling you, I'm exhausted, mate. Yeah, Ojicon knows what the thumbnail says. Yeah, he gets it. When do you think the 5th part's coming out? Like, I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm letting him take his time, but I mean, like, he said he was gonna like finish it, but I mean, like. Bing bum 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 bum. See, this is too slow even for me. Jesus. All right, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go let the dogs in now. Da da da. With me. Da da da. Da da da. And that's Candles LE, the world's longest bass. Hucago! Yes, dude. Bro, Hucago has aged so fucking well. Like, you don't even know. This bass needs to get used. Tears, Hucago, Worthless, they all need to be used, alright? This bass is freaking good. I freaking love it. It has, like, out of all my basses, this one has probably aged the... Hey, Dexter. You mind shutting the fuck up? Get your stupid ass in here. as I was trying to say, Hukago has aged the best out of all of my 2017 bases. There is one thing wrong with it though, only one thing, and we'll get to that once it rolls around, but for now let's just listen to it. I can't even hear my own breaths over the freaking processed electronic shaker. The fuck? Go. Oh, right, I completely forgot. I need to talk about this base shit. Hukago, another request by Rainbow Level Crossing. He said either do Houston or Chicago, and I said for Kena Las Dos, and so I made Hukago. Alright, now here's the problem with this base, listen. There's fucking record scratches on it. Why? Why did I do that? That doesn't sound right at all. You put that with the remix of the base, not on the base. But yeah, other than that, this base is very good. And the fade out is a little long. Ugh, pardon me. The fade out is a little long, but like look at that. It's like a whole 10 seconds long. I don't know why, but it is. We should be coming close to the end. Oh, that is the end. We're done. And here's Ochi-Kan's Monorist version. Oh, we're done at long last. Oh man, what a way to end it, Hukago. That's a pretty good way to end it. Oh, we're finally done. 2 hours and 54 minutes. That sounds about right. And look how long the playlist is. 2 hours and 48 minutes. I did it! I made it to the end. So, thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for 600 subscribers. Yeah, we did it. Feels good, man. Success in the chat. Go to Discord and read what I said. Why? I don't want to. Fine, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Discord and see all the bullshit y'all have been typing while I'm over here doing this, minding my own business. I'm finna see this right here. Where is Discord? It's down here. It's not right there. Where? How do I get to it? It won't. Maybe I can do this. Nope, it just takes me to there. Okay. I can deal with this. Okay, here we go. Here's Discord. Let's see what people have been talking to me about for whatever reason. Let's see why people are talking to me. I'm not gonna show this because I really don't want to. Oh, fuck me. We got a lot of shit. We got a text by ZGU. What does it say? Here's a chat highlight. Ever since the first Notepad channel change, I've thought of recoloring his asset. Okay, I know that. ZGU, I swear to God, you are insane. Am I insane, Drum? He's so funny. And then Rhode Island, or Basic Charles, on his own, has texted me 30 fucking times. Mind if I join your ass? No, fuck you, I'm joining after this. And he tried to fucking call me, but I didn't fucking pick up. Wow, really? That's fucked up. Well, you know what has to happen now. We gotta block Charles. It's a shame. But, I mean, that's my policy. Hold on, let me change the background music, because it's changing without my permission, and I don't like that. Let's do this one. And this one is by Ochi-Kan. What did he say? React to this in the stream. Yeah, how about we don't? Because I don't like the look of that. Why did it say new when I'm at the bottom? Why is my server highlighted? Why? Anything else? Oh, it's just ZGU doing his thing. There's a ping in his server too. Where is it? It's down here at interactions. Why? Did someone try to do like plus hug at everyone or something? Cause you know that doesn't work. Oh, he alright, he patted me, alright. Yay, I got a pat, ooh woo, cool. But anyways, yeah, I'm not reacting to that. It looks really bad, and also I have to block Charles now because he said the N word. So it's a shame. Guess I'll lose you, and that is a shame. But anyways, I'm gonna go do that now. It'll all make sense by the end of the month. So, uh, anyway, so thanks for watching, everyone. And like I said, thanks for 600 subscribers. Here's to another 600, I guess. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next life. Good. Wait, wrong outro. Oops. I'm Notepad. Goodbye, everybody. Fuck. I'm on the ball today.